What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Thoughts of the Pugilist podcast. I'm your host, Fuad Baiazid, and today's pugilist is ONE Kickboxing Strawweight World Champion, the one and only Jonathan DeBella. Jonathan, thanks for coming on, brother.
Nice, thank you for having me.
My pleasure. So to start off, I want to show you a picture of yourself. We'll put that same picture on the screen. This picture right here.
Yeah, it's a nice picture.
It's a beautiful picture. What were you feeling at this exact moment?
At that moment, like I just felt like I was like, it happened. It finally happened. All the hard work and all the patience and dedication and discipline, it finally paid off.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you flew over to Malaysia.
Yep.
To fight more than a prospect. Somebody that was basically running through the entire division.
Yep.
And you were an insane underdog. And you went over there and you made it look easy. What did that take? What did that take for you to do all this?
Yeah, it wasn't easy, but I had to make it look easy. It wasn't easy at all. But yeah, like I had to go through a lot of hard training, different training, and a lot of training me and my father did all in all our lifetime. It finally paid off, and finally showed how good of a fighter I am. And yeah, it was just a good experience overall.
Does it feel like a dream almost? Because I mean, last year you weren't even ranked.
Yeah, it feels like a dream because like it's been a while. Like I haven't fought before that in kickboxing, so I had to take 2 boxing fights to get more experience, get my feet wet in, and yeah, it felt like a dream because like all through the 2 years I didn't fight, 3 years I didn't fight. It was like just waiting for the time to fight, and finally they gave me a title shot, and I took advantage of that moment. Thank God. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Thank God.
Thank you.
Now, is it? Do you feel like you've reached the pinnacle of your career, or do you want to? What else do you want to do? I mean, this is for a lot of people. This is the this is it.
Yeah.
You know, you're world champion. You're not just like you're a legit world champion for a very very big organization.
Yeah, well, I reached the top. I reached the top, but like now it's legacy. Now there's more things to do, more things to accomplish because there's title defenses. Like you can't just win a title and leave and not fight again. You're the target, so everybody's trying to beat you. So that like you want to create a legacy. So like all the legends like for example Mayweather and everybody, they have to keep on fighting to make a legacy after their first world title. So that's what I'm gonna do and continue to do and keep on winning all my next fights.
So you're saying this is only the beginning?
Yeah, it's only the beginning. Just getting started.
Well, let me take you back to the start.
Yeah.
You started kickboxing with your dad.
Yeah.
Your dad's a former champion in kickboxing. Yeah,
former world champion. Yeah.
How did you get introduced to this?
Well, basically, I had no choice. So I just came in like the gym. I was like after one day he was working here, and he just happened every time he works, he brought me, and he just put me on the mat, and every time he was working, I was just watching the classes and eventually joining the classes.
Nice.
Yeah.
And when did you decide you wanted to fight, or did your dad decide that for you?
No, my dad never forced me to do anything. Like he was always he was never pushing me to fight. So it was my choice. I always wanted to fight. As soon as I started sparring and at a young age, I got 4 or 5 years old, I used to spar.
Sparring at 5 years old?
Yeah, nothing crazy, but like sparring with the students and everybody. Right. I used to spar, and as soon as I started sparring, I fell in love right away.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. And you know, you're in Montreal. There's a lot of boxing here.
Yeah.
And there's hardly any kickboxing in Montreal. Your dad and you and your dad never considered, pursuing a career in boxing?
Yeah, we did, but we always I was very good with my kicks, especially my left kick. That's one of my best weapons. So I always think about kicking. I love boxing. I could box, and I love to box. I'm very comfortable boxing, but every time I fight, I always see openings for kicks. Leg, body. I can see but one part of my mind is always I can see the kicks, and that's like my natural instinct is my left kick as a weapon.
Beautiful. Did you? So Howard Grant said that you could potentially win a world title in boxing as well.
Yeah.
Considering that there's more money in boxing, would that ever be an incentive for you to fight in boxing?
Yeah, of course. There's especially now I want a kickboxing world title, and doors are open, and it would be cool to win a boxing world title as well, because it's different.
Yeah, like Chris Algieri.
Like Chris Algieri did. So like it would be cool to do that. Not many people do that, you know.
Yeah.
Like Chris, there's not many people that do that. So it's
but
cool.
you already have a lot of boxing experience.
Yeah.
I think Chris never boxed in the amateurs as a boxer. He never boxed in the amateurs. Yeah, so
I only have like 6 amateur boxing fights, but yeah, it's still cool to have the experience, because like, yeah, I know a lot of people don't have.
Yeah.
Like as a kickboxer, you just have time to do kickboxing. You don't have time to do boxing. I understand.
It's different.
Yeah, because especially here though in Montreal, there's no kickboxing. Kickboxing is illegal here.
Right.
Professionally, so.
Yeah. Jiu-jitsu too is still. Illegal.
Yeah, so like I had no choice to do some boxing fights. You know, when there was no kickboxing fights in the States, I had to do boxing fights here.
Yeah. Well, why do you think it's still illegal?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I think it's a commission thing. Like the law, they never changed.
Right.
So I think it just stuck there.
But MMA is legal, right?
MMA is legal, and there's kickboxing MMA, and there's Muay Thai and MMA. So I don't know why.
Right.
But yeah, I guess it's a thing.
Some may argue that boxing is longer boxing matches is more hurtful to your brain.
I believe so too. That's why it's a tough decision to go boxing, because it's long term on your brain. It's more damage.
Yeah.
There's longer rounds, and there's only 2 targets: your head,
your
and your
body.
body. Kickboxing, there's three targets, and it's mostly you kicks to the legs, the body, you know, and just a lot of. Yeah, it's only 5 rounds max. Maximum is 5 rounds.
In kickboxing.
Kickboxing, yeah, championship fights are 5 rounds.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I saw longer fights in Muay Thai.
No, 5 rounds is the max.
Even
yeah.
in Muay Thai?
Yeah, in Muay Thai.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, pardon my ignorance.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you about the fight also. Your opponent, I believe he was his trainer. He told your dad, "I'm gonna knock your son out."
Yeah, well, yeah, he said his fighter's gonna knock me out. Yeah.
And your dad shook his hand.
Yeah, they shook hands, and like it was at the pool of the hotel. So like on fight week, they were at the pool. They bumped into each other, having a little conversation. At the end
entourage?
Yeah, and at the end of the conversation, his trainer goes to my dad and he's like, "Oh, my guy's gonna knock your guy out." Yeah.
Did that make it personal for you?
No, not really. Just like I'm like, really, okay. I'm like, it was a bit weird, but like, yeah, it was okay.
It's disrespectful.
Yeah, disrespectful. Yeah, especially all week and all the interviews he's saying he's gonna knock me out brutally. So, but it's okay.
Well, he can say that. He can say that.
Yeah, he can say that. No problem.
Your dad,
no problem. When the coach tells my dad,
in the hotel with no cameras.
That's it.
I don't think it's very. It's very classy of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, maybe they're playing the mind game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any? I mean, you look like a very nice guy. Do you have any ways of attacking your opponents mentally?
Yeah, well, at the weigh-ins, I guess like I have to show him that who's the boss and who's the guy you're gonna be facing next, because it's not gonna be a regular guy. It's gonna be a different guy.
It's Jonathan DeBella.
Yeah, it's gonna be a different guy.
It's Jonathan DeBella. That's it. So actually, when you heard him, and you heard him more than once, but. You were talking to him mid-fight. I want to know what you said, because nobody knows.
Oh, I don't know. Mid-fight, I don't know what I was saying. I was trying to play with his mind. I guess I was like, I wanted to really show him that I was there to fight, and he thought it was gonna be easy. He thought it was gonna be easy to knock me out and easy to hurt me, and I didn't feel nothing from him. I felt more in trainings and in other trainings and other fights. So I'm like, I want to show him like, this is just another day for me, and I was telling him that. I'm like, come on, like you said, you're gonna knock me out in the 4th round. Show me. Earn my respect, you know.
Yeah, and did you earn your respect?
Not yet. He didn't knock me out. So.
I'm trying to aggravate you to get you to say something, but you're such a nice guy. I'm not even able to. You know, you're one of the few fighters that say that you're not scared of fighting.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when someone says, "I'm not scared of fighting," they're either lying or there's something wrong with them mentally. But I sincerely believe you. I honestly believe that you're not really scared of fighting.
I fight every day because I spar almost every day. I'm always in the ring, moving, staying active. Even if it's not a high level fighter, I work with lower level like our students and like that are just starting out, and I work with everybody, so I can see like everybody's. I see all styles. So you have to always be nervous. I'm not saying I don't get nervous before a fight, because before a big fight I was nervous before the fight, but I don't get scared because like I know everything's gonna be okay after that, no matter what happens.
Is your goal to win fights, or is your goal to just perform?
Both. My goal is to win fights, one fight at a time. Every fight I take one fight at a time. So like I don't try to stay undefeated. Like I want to win one. I want to win every fight, of course. But my goal is to win dominantly every fight and give a good performance. I know the last fight like I was a high level, so of course it's gonna be a great fight, you know.
Yeah. By the way, there was some speculation about your opponent's age.
Yeah.
Apparently he's 19.
Yeah.
But he's fought. I believe he's fought like earlier, and like maybe I think 4 years ago.
Okay.
And he didn't look.
Oh yeah.
Like
I saw
14-year-old or something.
I saw like also like 4 years ago he was also 19.
Oh yeah.
So like
Okay.
So like I don't know.
All right. I see. Okay, moving on from all that.
Yeah.
You're a world champion now, and there's a lot of opportunities that await you. You showed interest in fighting Mighty Mouse.
Yeah.
Is that in the works?
Yeah. Well, I'm interested in that because he in one championship there's MMA, kickboxing, and Muay Thai and grappling. So there's 4 disciplines there, and he recently said in an interview he was interested in fighting kickboxing in a kickboxing match. He wanted to try a kickboxing match, and I'm the kickboxing champion.
Right.
So
the one and only.
So like I was like, oh, I heard him say that, and it was cool, you know, like it would be an honor to fight him. It would be great to fight him. It would be a big match. So so I'm interested in that. If they ever wants to fight, I'm interested in that as well.
Yeah, you have anything to say to Mighty Mouse?
No, man. If everyone wants to fight, I'm here in kickboxing. I heard you want to fight kickboxing, so it'll be cool. It'll be an honor to fight in kickboxing in one championship.
Amazing. That's beautiful. I think that's gonna make headlines.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be a good fight.
Yeah.
Because he's the greatest. He's good, and he's a good striker. He's one of the best strikers in MMA. So it'll be good. It'll be a good fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you see any other like potential routes, like fighting in MMA, maybe?
Maybe I'm open to it. I'm always
right?
open to it because one championship has all the disciplines, so I could fight anything whenever I'm ready to fight MMA. I could just ask them if I want. I'll fight an MMA fight, but right now I want to focus on the kickboxing and defend my title. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. You know, I didn't want to push too much on these questions.
Yeah.
Because I find kickboxing is not it's a very underrated sport.
Yeah.
You know, the guys they're great athletes, and they can perform in MMA, and some of them can perform very well in boxing.
Yeah.
So anyway, much respect to all these guys, all these kickboxers, especially the champions.
Thank you.
So you've been in a long-term relationship. I wanted to ask you, a lot of fighters, they stick with one girl basically.
Yeah.
Is that because you're so focused on what you're doing, and does that somebody help you mentally to go through all the struggles that fighters have to go through?
Well, yeah, it's like I don't have time to go out or anything. So like every time, like on the weekends, like I either go see close friends, close friends, or my girlfriend comes to my house, or like that's it. Like that's when I was younger. I was like growing up fighting. I was like that. I was never going out. So yeah, and like at home now, when I go home from training, I go home, relax, and enjoy myself. I don't have time to go out because I'm too busy training. I'm too tired from training at night and teaching. So like we have a busy schedule. So yeah, like I don't have. I'm focused on fighting. That's why I'm always in a good term with my girlfriend, a long-term relationship. It helped.
Yeah.
Honestly, at the beginning, we didn't see each other as much.
Right.
So like it kind of maybe it helped a bit, you know.
Yeah.
Every time like somebody gets a girlfriend, they see each other every day and it doesn't work out.
No.
So it's not good.
Yeah. So did you think that? Well, actually, is that what it takes to get here? Is that what it takes, like
Discipline
just to live a very simple life?
Yeah.
And do it over and over and over.
Yeah, repetition, discipline. Like, it's not like it's not one thing. It's not two things. It's a lot of things, many things.
Right.
You gotta sacrifice a lot of things. You can't see your loved ones as much as you can. You can't go out as much as you can. And you gotta do in training. And this is in training. What I'm talking about now in training, you have to do repeatedly. You have to do stuff repeatedly. You have to do like the same kicks 1,000 times, 10,000 times. You can't just do different things every day. You gotta sometimes it's like.
You have to become a master.
Yeah, you gotta be master at a few things, and that's what it is: basics and mastering the basics.
Yeah. Actually, the way you fight is not very flashy.
No.
But it works very well.
Yeah.
Are you? What would you say is the hardest part about getting to where you got finally?
A lot of patience, because like sometimes I was probably supposed to get here a long time ago, like a few years ago, like 23, 22, because I've been working hard a long time, but now I just finally had the chance to show it that night, because I could have got this a long time ago. I could have had this chance a long time ago, but I didn't. I believe everything happens for a reason, because but patience was one of the hardest things, because I had to wait a lot to fight. Which I would like to fight more often. But yeah.
Is that your new goal as a champion?
Yeah.
You want to be more active?
Yeah. Well, now as a champion, you don't fight as much as before, because you're champion. The champions don't fight as much as contenders do.
Twice a year?
Yeah, 3 times a year about.
Yeah. Well, 3 times a year is a very active champion.
I would like to do 3 times a year.
Really?
Yeah, 3 times a year it would be perfect, because I like to fight. I love to fight.
Yeah.
So that'll be my favorite thing to do 3 times, but sometimes it's 2 or 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. When you start having mega fights, do you still want to keep 3 fights a year, twice a year?
If I do mega fights in kickboxing, 3 fights would be good.
3 fights.
3 fights would be good.
Yeah, you can't keep your hands off.
No.
Yeah?
No, 3 fights would be good for me. I like 3 fights.
Yeah, well, I mean, how long can you keep up 3 fights a year?
Well,
because it takes a lot of recovery.
Yeah, it takes a lot of recovery, but especially also the traveling, because it's far. When I go fight, it's in Asia, so it's across the world, so it's far also. But 3 fights, because it's only 5 rounds. If I have to do championship fights, it's only 5 rounds. So it's not like boxing, which is 12 rounds. So the recovery time is not like on your upper body. It's quicker, but on your lower body and your shins, it's a bit longer, because you're always banged up. And after every fight, you have bruises on your shins.
But it's mostly the recovery from the training.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, from the training as well. But I also like to do 3 times a year, because I could recover fast.
Yeah, wow, you're 26. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure you don't need half the year to recover.
Yeah, I don't need half of the year.
No.
I think I need 1 week, 2 weeks to recover.
1 week, 2 weeks.
2 weeks,
an
2
espresso
weeks.
from downstairs.
That's it, espresso. I'm good to go.
You also mentioned that you. Well, actually, before I talk about that, what does a day in life what does a day in your life look like?
A day in life
in camp.
In camp. Okay, in camp. In camp, we wake up, have an espresso, take a shower, go to the gym.
Cold or hot?
In the morning, lukewarm. Not too hot, not too cold. In the morning, have an espresso, shower, gym, training. Either whatever, depends on the day. It's either sparring, running, or strength and conditioning. Depends on the day. Yeah, depends on the day. And then at nighttime, it's second training, or I come to teach the classes here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're working throughout this entire thing.
In camp, usually my dad, we say we have our schedule, so we take our time off. I don't come work as much often, so I don't work as much during camp. I don't come teach the classes at night, but I'll be morning training, morning and night. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you train twice a day.
Twice a day. Yeah.
And I know you're like me. Actually, you have a very, very fast metabolism.
Yeah. So I don't have to cut weight. Yeah. I don't have a weight problem. So
Is it hard for you to gain weight?
Yeah, because I eat a lot. I eat a lot. I don't know if you see, I eat a lot. Yeah, it's hard for me to gain. I don't gain much. I have a fast metabolism, so I don't gain much weight. Yeah.
What do you eat?
I eat like a lot of pizza, pasta, meats, a lot of meats. Yeah, a lot of meat. Yeah.
A lot of athletes have like a strict diet.
Yeah, I'll eat clean though. Like I'll eat like during the week. I'll eat clean. Like I'll eat everything. Like I'll eat my fruits. I'll have like some bowls I do. And during the week, but like on the weekends, I'll have, and sometimes at night during the week, I'll have pasta. My mom makes pasta.
Nice.
I'll make myself pasta. Sometimes I'll make pizza.
And you eat 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 times a day.
Before trainings or
after?
Okay, you don't eat before.
Before training, nothing crazy. That's when I'll have like my healthy bowls and stuff. Like I'll have like
your
bananas, fruits, and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, banana before training, before boxing is.
It's one of my favorites. Banana, peanut butter with chia seed, and some bit of honey. It's good.
Nice. I'll try that.
Try that.
You mash it?
Yeah, mash it. Yeah.
Nice.
For sure. Yeah.
Amazing. Now your dad is your trainer.
Yep.
Is it? I mean, probably not because you've always been training with your dad.
Yeah.
But do you find strength in having your dad in your corner because he's the person that wishes you the absolute best?
Yeah, my dad. It's hard. Yeah, for sure. But he's hard on me. We're hard on each other. Like we're hard on my fighting skills and stuff. So like he's hard on me, and he tells me when I'm doing something wrong, he'll tell me. He'll let me know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he'll let me know like really quick, and he'll say like my last fight, like in the corner, he was like, when I come back to the corner, I'm like, okay, it was a good round though. And he's like, no, you're in Asia, they're in their territory. You gotta do more. You gotta do more. You gotta give me more. So I'm like, okay. I thought I was, cause I seen the guy's face and like he was hurt.
Up.
Yeah, and he was hurt and like I don't think it didn't look like he wanted to be there. So like after I was hitting him, I didn't look like he wanted to be there. It didn't look like he getting hit. So I'm like, okay, I'm winning. I see the fights, but I didn't realize he was pointing me with some like low kicks and stuff.
Yeah.
Cause I didn't really feel much, but like. Yeah, my dad told me he made sure I knew, and when I come back to the corner, he's like, no, you gotta go. He's like, you gotta go more. Yeah. So like in stuff like that, even in training, he's like that. So like he's like, we're very hard on my training and my fighting skills. We're very hard on that. So that's why we push to the next level.
You know, when you say that he looked like he didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
At the end of the fight, when the referee grabbed both of your hands.
Yeah.
You raised your hand before. You put your hand up.
Yep.
And you looked pretty convinced that you won.
Yeah.
And then he put his hand up, and he didn't look very convinced. He didn't look like he was convinced.
He knew.
But it's these tricks that fighters do, right? They put their hand up. They want to look more confident. Obviously you fought in Asia. Were you worried about the decision?
Yeah. Yes. My father was like he knew before the fight. Like my dad was like he's like, you know where we're going to the territory. You gotta score knockdown or be dominant every round, like because they're gonna give him the decision.
Yeah.
And especially he's popular down there, so they want him to win.
Yeah.
So like they wanted him to win, of course. So my dad's like, you gotta be more dominant. Yeah, it was always on my mind. I'm like, but I knew I could pull it off. I knew I could pull it off somehow. I just got to find a way. Yeah, and I knew I found a way, and I found a way.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful to hear you say this after you've won your world title.
Yeah.
Did you think that? This fight, pretty much, it fell out of nowhere, right? I mean, you are undefeated, but it felt like that fight fell out of nowhere. Do you believe that you were just there to just kind of fill in the lines for him?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, but there was not much. Yeah, like there's like a lot of people that he fought that are really good. Like he beat the last two guys. But like ONE Championship knows how good I was before going into ONE because I was with Glory Kickboxing before this. So like they saw my fights and they were a fan. Like that's how they got me because they knew I was a good fighter.
Right.
And they saw
it's not an accident, but
yeah, they knew. That's
just...
how they signed because they don't just sign anybody. They sign like the top 10 in the world, and they put them all in the same division. So like they don't. They knew I'm good enough to fight Zhang, but like they thought Zhang was the popular one. It was more popular, and they probably thought he was gonna win. Because he was beating high-level guys in ONE. He already had experience in ONE. I had never had experience in ONE Championship before, so they put me in fresh, and I showed my skills, and I showed why they signed me.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the champion now.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
I have a couple more questions for you. I know you have trainings after this, but how do you think your dad instilled this mental strength into you? Because you guys spend a lot of time together. Is there anything that your dad would do to you on a weekly basis to sharpen up your mind?
Yeah, for sure. Especially now, like when I'm fighting in big fights and I'm fighting at high level, like every day reminds me, like you gotta work harder now.
You have a target on you.
Yeah, you have a target on your back. You gotta work harder. Even before this fight, we gotta push it now because now is the time you gotta fight. You gotta perform. So every day we're like we have a gym in our house. So like every day we wake up. It's either if I don't run, I go straight downstairs. We do pads in our garage. Bag work hard. Like it's very hard training and it's very so like he pushes me every day. Like before if it's early in the morning and if my alarm goes off at 6 a.m. he's knocking on my door and let's go. We gotta go. It's very hard mentally. It's like old school mentality. So yeah, we're very old school the way we work and we repeat and repeat and repeat. And he keeps my mind sharp by keeping an eye on my opponents, and he feeds back. Sends me the feedback and tells me what he has and watch out for this, watch out for that. Because sometimes I make mistakes too. Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Yeah. But he just reminds me on my mistakes and we work on them.
So you have a 24/7 coach.
Yeah,
just
basically
on your back all the time.
Yeah, and if I'm somewhere. And I have a fight, usually I don't go out, but let's say I have a birthday or a little dinner or something, he'll text me, he's like, go home and sleep.
Back home.
Go home and sleep.
At 26 years old.
Yeah. Go home and sleep. You have a fight coming up or you have a fight coming soon. Yeah.
That's the life you chose, man.
Yeah, that's
the life you chose.
Yeah.
It's, man, it's just so amazing to see you, just a couple of years ago, I only heard about you through training partners.
Yeah.
And now you're world champion.
Yeah.
It's beautiful how you just turned your entire life around. You've accomplished your goal, and you're far from finished, but
yeah,
it's amazing to see you finally here.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thanks for coming on the show. I have one last question.
Yeah, no problem, man.
I want to know the difference between working with a coach like Howard Grant, who's one of the best boxing coaches in the world, and being coached by Angelo DeBella, your father.
Yeah, man. They're friends. They're very close. They're
very similar.
They're like brothers. My dad and Howard, they're like brothers. So it's cool to see both of them. They have both old school mentality. So I would say they're both the same almost because they have both old school mentality. They're very they work with each other a lot. When I go spar at Grant's, my dad's there coaching me, and sometimes I'm sparring and everything and he sees and they work together. They work to each other. They talk to each other okay, what's going on? Jonathan's how's his defense? And they're good, very good. Everything's good. Just keep his hands up, and that's how they help each other out with that. Same thing. Yeah, they're always working together, and it's very cool to see because. There's not many coaches like that anymore. Them two, my father and Howard. There's not many coaches like that. It's very old school mentality, and that's the way I grew up.
Yeah.
So, for me, just a normal thing, So yeah.
Do you prefer that over a coach that's?
Yeah, I like the old school mentality. Yeah, that's what I grew up in. That's where I saw. That's the only thing I know. So
it's fighting.
It's fighting in the old school way.
Beautiful. That's amazing. Oh, Jonathan, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me, man. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Guys, remember to follow Jonathan DeBella on Instagram, subscribe to the page, check out our channel Patreon, and follow him on Instagram or I'll knock you out.